Welcome to Oilers Nation Every Day with your hosts, Tyler and Liam.
Switch.
Let's get into it with the lead. You can't fluster me like that.
What did I miss?
No.
I flustered you?
That was an accident. It was
Whatever
Aaron.
happened there?
He's telling everyone to shut up. You can't even press the right buttons, Aaron. Come on.
Oh my God.
That one's on me. I'll wear that one.
My lead was going to be the Edmonton Oilers may have the 27th best offense in the NHL, but at least they're not playing the NHL's best goalie tonight. Then I wanted Aaron to flash up the hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby meme. If you're familiar with meme culture, you'll get that one. Anyways, Eli laughed. So.
I don't know what that one is. I'm not familiar with meme culture.
Yeah. Anyways, welcome into the show. We're live from the Sports Closet studio. You can check them out online at sportscloset.ca. Just a reminder, there are 11 more days left in their 25th anniversary contest. It's 4 tickets to a game, a $1,000 Sports Closet shopping spree, and all you need to do to enter is make a purchase of $100 or more in store or online. We are also a presentation of Bet365. Download the app today. Use the promo code NATION. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Jameis Downton back in the mix.
Jameis. We could all use a little Jameis in our lives.
Yeah, we could. Liam
We
called you
could.
that earlier, and I said, that sounds good.
Oh, geez. The Raiders could use Jameis Winston. I'll tell you that much for free. Boy, I went to that game. They
You went to the game?
suck. I was at that game, yeah.
Okay. Do you know what? I should have looked this up. Their backup must be terrible.
It's Aiden O'Connell, isn't it? Or Kenny Pickett.
Oh, yeah, the pickpocket.
They don't give the ball to Genty.
Did you see their line? They can't give him
They
the
would
ball.
kill the
It's
guy.
Liam, I saw
Hydrogen
you like
bomb
that
versus
video.
coughing baby.
Yeah.
They do not give him the ball. They throw it to him once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job they didn't spend a 6th overall pick on him.
He's good, though.
I mean, he's good.
He is good, but it's the same thing with the Bengals. When they put Jamar Chase, and he's like, well, your line sucks.
Yeah.
You can't even get in the, well, they can get in the ball, but your Burrow's injured every game.
How was Vegas?
That was belt to ass.
That was belt
That
to
was belt to
ass.
ass.
Belt to ass.
And I refused to bet on the Cowboys because I also didn't bet on the home team. I bet on the over
Good. Didn't hit?
49.5.
Oh, no.
1 point, and there was like
And they took
3
a-
minutes left in the
took a
game or whatever
knee.
it was, and they're on like the 5-yard line. They're taking knees.
They literally need out
like
for
someone
4
was in
downs.
on the under. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Need out for 4 downs.
I teased it
Damn.
down in mine.
That's
It
brutal.
was so brutal. I hit my Trey Tucker prop. I knew he was going to get like without Jacoby Myers,
Yeah.
but
Vegas was good?
this got dark.
Yeah, that was weird.
Vegas was fun. I went to Utah and Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And
nice.
I did some fucking crazy mountain biking. Like crazy mountain biking. Like scary shit, like biking alongside like cliffs that are like 500 feet up.
Oh,
Why would you do that?
Cactuses everywhere,
You're not
going
even-
up rocks like this. They're e-mountain bikes, so you needed a little bit of jolt, but it was insanity.
I would feel less safe on an e-mountain bike. That feels unpredictable.
Oh, it was amazing what these things can do, and the stuff that we were going up and down and off and around. It was awesome. And then Golf Wolf Creek,
Really?
yeah, beautiful golf course,
I believe it.
beautiful golf course.
did
We
we?
had a few beers, maybe.
This was a retreat thing, though, right?
Yeah, it was a retreat thing. So
That sounds
you
like one-
sprinkle in some fun around the
I say,
retreat.
that sounds
That's what
like one hell
retreats
of a
are all
retreat.
About getting to know one another a little bit more.
And are you back on the road in like a day again?
No,
Oh,
thank God.
I thought
Welcome
BM kind
back.
of said something about it. Well, here's what's coming up today on the show, everybody. We're going to play a game called Big Deal or Little Deal in a little bit, or Big Deal or No Deal. That's probably a good way to put it.
You'll either walk away with $1 or $1 million.
We are going to rate some narratives. We have our Spotify question. And our Spotify question ties into today's guest, Ryan Holt from the Bakersfield Condors.
Yeah,
Holty,
they're winning games.
they're winning
So
games.
talk about them.
He must be doing okay. Yeah, I got to talk about something.
Yeah, they
I
won
like-
last night.
I like that our prep for Ryan Holt, Liam, was just us listing players. Because that's really all it is. It's just going to be like, hey, Ryan, how's this guy doing? Hey,
Yeah.
Ryan, how's this guy doing?
There was one other player I wanted to ask him about, so I didn't put it in the
We
prep
have a lot
sheet.
in
We'll
there,
see if
though.
I know it's going to be. It depends how quickly he answers questions.
Also, you put a bunch of guys' names and then you wrote the Euros and lumped them all together. Racist?
well, I'm European, so it's fine.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. We got all of our usual game day stuff. To quote my co-host Liam Horrobin, who said this confidentially and off the air, they're not winning this game tonight.
Why?
Logan Thompson has a 1.85 goals against average, and the Oilers offense coughing baby.
Yeah, so it's got all the ingredients for why the Oilers will win.
Decent point. It makes me laugh so hard.
is
It's
that?
horrible humor, but it makes me laugh.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen this meme?
Feels like a crazy thing to pull up on the show.
Yeah, well,
You call me a racist and you pulled that up on the show.
Logan Thompson leads
6
the
minutes in.
NHL in save percentage and goals against average. He's playing so well that Kyle Dubas from Hockey Canada called him to mend the relationship in anticipation
Did he
that
really?
that Canada will put him on the Olympic team.
Kyle Dubas is part of the Olympic process.
That's stunning.
I did not know that.
Read who's involved in the
Oh, I've seen it.
Staff?
Unemployed Pete DeBoer.
yeah.
John Cooper, who did stuff
Our
like
dear
5
friend,
years ago.
Logan Thompson did
Yeah.
tell us it's difficult to play against Connor McDavid.
He did. Well, I wasn't sure if that's something I could say like on the show when we.
Oh, I said it.
I know when we hung out with him in Florida during the Cup final, and I tried to be like, "Hey man, like go win us a gold medal next year." And he got like kind of pissed off that I said that, and he was like, "I'm not on that team." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Whoa!" I meant it as like you should be on the team. Like I'd like you to go win us a gold medal. I think that comment though shows how strained that relationship was between him and Hockey Canada. The fact that they have already reached out to him and like had a conversation, they're putting him on the Olympic team.
Oh,
Man, if they
How
don't,
can't you?
what are we doing?
I said 2 weeks ago with Jeff Merrick, I was like, it's malpractice if they do not pick Logan Thompson.
Well, it would just be crazy to not pick Logan Thompson, but then take Jordan Binnington.
Yeah. Or they can't take Sam Montembeau.
Exactly. And Aiden Hill has played like 4 games. You know what I mean? Like, we're kind of running out of options here. Like, I know I keep saying Skinner should be on the team. He might have to be on the team if they keep running out goalies.
Yeah.
I don't think he should be anymore, by the way. I've changed my mind. I
It's
was
not
on the
coffee.
high.
It's a Western family kicking back cola in the Yeti. Keeping it nice and
You're,
fresh all
that
day.
is getting you hyper today.
A little bit.
I need your energy right now.
Yeah, you're probably like you've just been on planes every 3 days the last 2 weeks.
It's been a grind.
Yeah.
It's been a grind, but it's been fun.
You're finding it. You need a retreat from your retreats.
I do need a retreat.
Tyler in the chat asks, what happened between Dubas and Thompson? I don't think it's Dubas and Thompson that's a problem.
I think it's Hockey Canada and Thompson,
Yeah.
and Dubas as a part of the Hockey Canada staff
No,
was the one who reached out.
It's the Vegas Golden Knights.
yeah, it's
and
Bruce
Logan Thompson.
Cassidy.
That's
Yeah.
the whole
yeah,
thing.
and Pete DeBoer.
Oh, yeah.
I would assume he would have coached him.
Yeah, they probably would have crossed paths. But anyways, the Oilers are going to have to try to solve Logan Thompson tonight if they're going to win this hockey game. We'll get to some game notes later on, but I wanted to do a couple of bigger picture things, and we can start with the big deal or no deal, because there's 2 quotes that have popped up over the last 24 hours surrounding our Edmonton Oilers, and some of them, they've both gotten very interesting reactions online. The first one came from Overdrive when Mike Johnson joined the show to talk about Troy Stetcher making his Leafs debut. Do we have the clip? Let's give it a roll.
What's your level of concern if you were the Edmonton Oilers right now?
I had a little conversation with Troy Stetcher this morning, just about, hey, walking into the fire here a little bit with her. It's like, I just left the fire. It's the exact same as in Edmonton,
Really?
right? 5-1 against Buffalo.
What MJ was saying there, which is he asks Troy Stetcher, how does it feel to be thrown into the fire here in Toronto? And it's a pretty easy, quip back for Troy Stetcher to be like, what? I just left the same situation in Edmonton.
Oh, we're muted, Aaron. Oh,
we're back. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and say that it's not a big deal, Troy Stetcher saying that, because I think the context softens it a little bit. Big deal or no deal?
I think probably... I want to hear the actual quote properly from Stetcher. I guess that's probably part of this too. But I would say it's not a big deal because I think in the context of both teams, they're both playing terribly. And I think that's probably part of it.
I think it's
So
a
I'll
comment
say-
on how the Oilers are playing and the pressure they're facing, not any
Yeah.
sort of a comment about their locker
yeah,
room.
I
Big
would
deal or
say-
no deal. My follow up is in which circumstance? Mm-hmm. Like for Troy Stetcher to say that, no deal. Don't give a shit. Like he's not wrong. Mm-hmm. To articulate the tire fire that is the Edmonton Oilers, big deal.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
It's
the
a big-
fire
yeah.
is burning.
We were hoping 9-1 against Colorado was rock bottom. Was 5-1 against Buffalo actually rock bottom?
I watched the Raiders on ice and the Raiders in football on the same night. Belt to ass.
It was just not even close. It was, I think and we debated this. It was our delicious debate on ONR brought to you by Oodle Noodle. Which loss was like more frustrating? And I kind of said the Buffalo loss because the Colorado one we saw coming from a mile away. It was like, man, the Oilers might get smoked on Saturday night against the Avs. And they did. Buffalo, that one's more unacceptable because you should have learned that lesson already. Yeah. The fact that 10, 12 days later, whatever it was, you needed to learn the lesson again. It was 9 days, I think. And
you can't even take a lot. It wasn't like a character win in Carolina. We got gifted 2 goals and just held on a little. In respect, we held on.
Yeah, and they're a good team.
Anytime we're in overtime, we got a chance.
Yeah.
They found a way.
They found a way, but it wasn't like convincing,
Yeah.
No, definitely.
And so, okay, whatever, but you got the 2 points, so you feel like you stole some. You got to steal some games here and there. So then you should go to Buffalo and give them the belt to their ass and not be the ass.
Yeah. The Oilers have been the ass too many times this year.
Yeah, a lot of ass. 80% of people are in. They said no deal.
Yeah, I'm 100% in agreement. Someone said Johnson's trying to rile up Oilers fans. I don't think he is at all.
I don't think so
he's
either.
sharing a little bit of reporting that he did. And he talked to Troy Stetcher, said, how does it feel to walk into the tire fire that is Toronto? And Troy Stetcher said, buddy, there's tire fires everywhere across this country because Vancouver is not looking good. Calgary lacks direction. Winnipeg is very mediocre this season. Granted, better than the Oilers. I know that. But Montreal's now lost 6 of 7, 5 of 6, whatever it is, 4 in a row. There's a lot of panic across this country right now. The other quote that had people going, the headline from Oilers Nation read this: former Oilers assistant coach Paul Coffey reportedly butted heads with other members of the coaching staff. This via Frank Saravalli. He said, how much was Paul Coffey holding the Oilers together? I think that's one of the things that hasn't been talked about enough. The coaching staff changes that occurred in Edmonton. It's on both ends of this, right? Glenn Gulletson with the forwards, and on the back end, they lose Paul Coffey, who's still an advisor to the team, but is no longer an assistant coach. I think he butted heads at various points in time with some other members of the coaching staff because of the hard edge that he has. But it's also part of what made this Oilers defense a lot more formidable. He kept everyone on their toes because he's someone that has that intensity to him. Big deal or no deal?
Big deal.
I think it's a big deal, too.
Okay.
It's a massive deal. We've got no jam. Paul Coffey sounds like he has a little jam right there, doesn't he?
Yeah.
You even think like him, Perry, like 2 guys who are clearly intense characters that have been there, done it, won it, going to the Hall of Fame, in Perry's case, probably. A guy who's already there. I think it's a big deal, and I think it is quite alarming to hear that he butted heads with other members of staff who are likely still members of staff.
I don't think he was button heads with Glenn Gulletson.
I don't either. And the other 2 members are Chris Knobloch, obviously, and Mark Stewart.
So my concern and why I will also side with you guys, and we're going to agree on both fronts here, a no deal on Stetcher and a big deal on this one. What are one of the things that is plaguing the Oilers right now? It's their lack of intensity. They don't play desperate hockey. They do not play like there is a fire lit under them. They play like there is a fire all around them, and they're the dog in the meme being like, everything's fine. And I worry that Chris Knobloch, who, again, comes off as very composed and says a lot in his press conferences that he preaches patience with offensive attack, with everything. He preaches patience. I worry that that's not what this team needs to hear right now. And I am not someone, you will not catch me at any point this season advocating for a coaching change. That is absolutely not what the solution can be here. But I do think at some point, Chris Knobloch probably needs to run out of patience on his own right with a handful of Oilers or just with the team in general. And that's why it's a little bit disappointing when you see the lines and pairings today and what he's decided to do. Not a lot. I know they're hamstrung a little bit with injuries now, with Philp and Lazar both out of the lineup for the rest of the trip, and they have to go 11-7, and they have to play every player that's available to them, so no one can be healthy scratched right now. But I just feel like there is a little bit of an accountability issue right now with this Oilers team.
I can't really have a problem with what he had to do tonight because he had no choice.
His hands are tied.
Yeah. I think to an extent there probably is, but I would have liked to have seen a healthy scratch tonight if the team was healthy, but they're just not, so I can't say that.
That's fair. Have you seen the lines from today?
No, I've not.
They're 11-7, and Lazar and Philp are both out for the rest of the road trip. So this is basically what they have to do.
They're going to do this the next 3 nights now.
Yeah, Skinner starts, and Pickard will start his last game for the Edmonton Oilers tomorrow.
I wish we would have had the camera on Jay there when his head shot over. But there's your lineup for tonight. Just quickly again, Aaron, I'll give it to the people podcast form. McDavid with Savoy and Roslovic, so Roslovic gets a bump up. Draisaitl with Mangiapane and Podkolzin. Henrique with Hyman and Frederick. Janmark and Tomashek are your fourth line wingers. They'll be cycling a center through there. Nurse is up with Bouchard. Ekholm is with Kulak. Wallman is with Regula. Emberson playing as the 7th defenseman there. And yes, Stuart Skinner gets the start between the pipes. This is puzzling for a number of reasons. One, Draisaitl, Podkolzin, and Roslovic scored you your only goal last game. I don't know if they deserve to be split up. McDavid, Savoy, and Hyman, I thought, have been fine together. I get that nothing's working, so you need to change it.
It'll make it mixed up. Don't worry.
Well, it's going to have to, yeah.
It's going to get mixed up.
Yeah, I even think like Henrique probably plays more with Janmark and Tomashek than he does with Frederick and Hyman. And I think that Frederick-Hyman line is going to see a lot of McDavid and Draisaitl rotated through it.
Which I was thinking about this yesterday, because they obviously keep loading up McDavid and Draisaitl every night, no matter what. Mm-hmm. Just play them with 2 other wingers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, those guys aren't going, and I get it, but like, what if you put Draisaitl with Frederick and what it would have been last game, Mangiapane, and just give him a couple of shifts and see if you can rotate it that way. Like, I know it's kind of all like a line matching thing when you're on the road and trying to cause the other team a little bit of chaos too. I would just try that a few more times. Like, the McDavid, Draisaitl, whatever winger it is becoming almost like a predictable plan for every team they play against.
It's not a curveball, right?
No, it's certainly not.
We talked about this the other day, and maybe this is when I was on with Morning Cup of Hockey, whoever I was on with, and I said, like, the McDavid and Draisaitl is an elite curveball, like a pitcher having an elite curveball.
Yeah.
You need to use it in complement with something else for it to be effective, because if you just go into an at-bat and throw 8 straight curveballs on the 8th one, they're going to hit it out of the ballpark on you. And I just wish Chris Knobloch would lean into that a little bit more, because you're right, it probably is a little bit too predictable right now. So the forward group all jumbled up. Again, hands are tied, not much he can do. We'll judge it tomorrow, I think is probably a fair way for us to look at these line combos, because, again, how's he actually going to use them? I don't know.
Well, the blue line, and I know there's 7 of them, but they're not in their typical pairings. It's Nurse, Bouchard, Ekholm, Kulak, Wallman, Regula, and an Emberson as the 7th.
Nobby spoke to the media today this morning, and he said, don't read into the D pairings that much, and that Wallman's going to be playing both sides. Kulak's going to be playing both sides. We're blending, baby.
Flip them.
Blended.
What are Kulak's minutes this season? I've kind of come to a theory in my own head.
Okay.
And this might sound silly based off how he's been playing. But what if they played him a little bit more? Just to, like, kind of, get the juices going a little bit quicker than they usually are. Like, what's he playing, like 18 minutes?
So, do you want 5-on-5 or everything?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Well, I have 5-on-5 pulled up here, so it's easier. 5-on-5 this year, he's at 16-16 per game.
Okay.
That's down from 17-59 last game.
Okay. Last season.
Sorry. This season of last season.
And that would have been, obviously, no Wallman in the lineup.
Yeah.
You're playing more minutes because of Stetcher.
If you include PK and special teams time, he's at 17.56 this year, down from 20.32 a year ago. Quite the drop. You think maybe he's not being used enough? I think it's a decent argument.
In the playoffs, we saw him at his best when he was playing like 23 minutes. Like, I don't think he's anything special by any means, but, like, he's playing terribly.
Last year in the playoffs, 23-24.
Yeah, there you go. And he was great until he started playing less. And maybe he's a guy who just needs to play a little bit more. And maybe Nurse is a guy that needs to play a little bit less.
Yeah, the Oilers outscored the opposition with him on the ice in the postseason last year. I think that's interesting. Worth noting how it correlates to the minutes. Last year in the regular season with Brett Kulak on the ice, the average goals were actually not that good. This year, though, they're downright ugly. Yeah. Oilers only scoring 32% of the goals when Brett Kulak's on the ice. I was sitting around at the curling club last night, shooting the Oilers shit, as you do.
Yeah, he's the whipping boy now at the curling rink.
No, I just kind of said my fear, like I'm sad that I feel like Brett Kulak might be playing his way out of Edmonton right now. Because if it ever gets to a point where Stan Bowman goes, I need to make a change,
He's one of very few.
he's one of very few that you can move. And I know everyone loves to do the whole, like, just sit.
Then what? What are you doing? What are you, like...
You would
Shake
just
it up
have
the
to
team.
find like a cheaper, if you want. It's like what they did with Puljujarvi a few years ago, where he was making $3 million. They just kind of, I think you could actually
Shuffled
get
the money
something for
around.
Kulak. I wouldn't like to do
What
it.
are you
They would-
filling? What are you replacing him with?
I think you're maybe just doing it for the sake of shaking up the team, where like you're going to trade Kulak to someone for a 3rd round pick, and then you're going to go trade a 3rd round pick to someone, whoever that might be. Like you're going to call up Philly and trade for one of their defensemen,
He's
right?
probably playing bad because the fucking vibes are bad. Like,
But I just wish there were more guys who would be like, you know what, I need to fix the vibes here.
I think if hypothetically I was a GM, the only way I would probably trade a Kulak is if it was helping us get a goalie.
Yeah, maybe.
I think the rest of your and that's to replace Pickard, and it's just the money can work. You can probably find a cheaper 3rd pairing defenseman at the deadline. I don't know, like just off the top of my head, like Matt Grizzlet, for example, makes $1 million.
Yeah, he's
like
on
what's the
Chicago.
difference, or how much worse or better is it?
You
know what
do
I mean?
love a little Matt Grizzly,
I just know it makes $1 million. Is the
what
only
if
one off the top of
Chicago's
my
ahead
head.
of us in the standings?
which they currently
Yeah,
are.
they say currently. Yeah, then hey, maybe we'll take a 2nd round pick from them.
Oh man,
It'll balance out.
maybe. When do we start calling it roster construction? When will you guys start seeing it that way?
Well, explain it to me.
Yeah, like I want more context into what you don't like with the roster construction.
We don't have the goods.
2026.
Everyone's drinking the Kool-Aid, thinking we had the 3rd best defensive core in the league.
Well, actually, it
Everyone's
was the
still,
first.
you know, the world was divided on trying to manufacture Stuart Skinner into a Vezina caliber goalie, even though he's probably not. And
Who was
McDonough
trying to
Who
say
said
that?
Yeah. He gets paid 2.6.
well, you would always push the Skinner's a good goalie narrative. Like this is not this year. Last year you were advocating for him.
Beginning of last season, I definitely
so
did.
but like you're not like, and I'm not trying to isolate you. Like there's a lot of people that thought like that.
He also hasn't been a problem this season.
Well, everyone's a fucking problem. This
Yeah,
season.
they're
How
all
can he not be a
problems.
problem this season?
He's not the biggest problem. That is maybe the way I
He's
should have
part
phrased
of
that.
the problem, just
Yeah,
like
sure,
everyone else is
sure.
part of the problem.
Yeah.
And you're finding out how much Draisaitl and McDavid can actually do. Are they playing their best right now? No, I'm not feeling the jam from them yet. But they're exhausted. They've been dragging this team to the playoffs 2 years in a row, and clearly they don't have enough of a supporting cast. You think this roster is fantastic right now? I'm just saying, when do we call it?
But okay, so my counterpoint to that would be, I'd be more concerned about the construction of this roster if guys were playing well and they were losing.
But maybe this is the team. That's like we keep. I really hope.
Like, you think this is the best Brett Kulak can play?
I don't know. Maybe now this is where he's at. I don't know. Like it's the sample size is only getting bigger.
Yeah.
And the deficit in the whole, like the mushy middle of the NHL right now, like this season could. And I'm not trying to be an alarmist, but like this, and I think we already feel this, could be off the rails and not be able to be on repair relatively quickly. Like we have to come out of this soon. And if this team like is showing no indication right now that they can,
I don't think.
so is it?
I'm not going to panic anytime soon because the league is so.
But when will you call it that it's the roster and not like whatever this other other?
2026.
I don't
is
really
when
want
I
to
will
put.
entertain
I don't
that
really want to
combo.
put a number on it. I just need to watch them and be like, oh, this team isn't it.
But are they right now?
No, definitely not. But I also think it's because everyone is playing the worst they could possibly play. And I think we've seen many of these players play at a higher level in the past year than they're playing right now. Like Bouchard and Ekholm started the season poorly. I think over the last few weeks, the last couple of weeks, whatever it's been, they've been a lot better. Like Nurse and Wallman, like Nurse is nothing special, but he's definitely not this bad. I feel like he's played a lot better. And I think this defensive group has a lot to show of what they're capable of doing, and they just haven't been able to put it together yet. But I think that's more of like they're just playing bad. I don't think you're necessarily wrong on like Trent Frederick's not working out. But also for a guy to have one goal, that seems like he's just at the lowest of lows right now. I think it's more of a confidence issue than necessarily a roster construction issue. Like everything's just going wrong at all at the same time.
Collectively, like everyone's at a low.
Yep. But their top 6 has been relatively fine. It even feels like an overstatement, but they're playing okay. You know what I mean?
It's on the up.
I'm not.
I think it is.
I think that
Podkolzin's playing good hockey. Rozovic's playing really good hockey.
Savoy seems to be establishing
Savoy's
himself.
McDavid and
Hyman's
Draisaitl
back.
are finding
So then
themselves.
what about the other 12 guys? Or
Well,
6
yeah.
guys?
Well, no, 12 because I think you can lump the blue line into it.
too.
Yeah. Here's why. Like
They can only drag the rest of the team so much. So if the rest of the team is duds,
here's why I'm not gonna hit. My meter won't hit true panic until probably until the Olympic break. If I'm being honest with you, this team, as much as I do not want to make excuses for them, because I hate making excuses for a struggling team where it's effort. And I think a lot of it is still effort with this team. And maybe it's coaching. I still don't think Chris Knobloch's sitting there being like, guys, don't hit anybody on the forecheck. Guys, don't go to the net now. Like, stay on the perimeter.
Yeah. Like, what's fueling all this?
I know. So I don't want to make excuses for them. But the reality of the situation is that their schedule has been tough. It's been daunting. They're on their second extended Eastern road trip, and the season's 5 weeks old. They will not play a game they will not play a game in the Eastern time zone after December 19th this year. There's something to that. This is a team
without a doubt. Like, there's some circumstance for sure.
They haven't played good enough. Are they fatigued from another long season? Probably. They've played 8 home games this year. There's a couple of teams who've played 7, and then it's the teams with 8. And I mean, the fact that this road trip continues for another few days.
Yeah, it's epic.
By the end of this weekend, I believe they will have played the fewest home games in the entire NHL. This is a team that traditionally is average on the road, dominates on home ice. You're going to have fewer road trips in the back half. Like, they might just have to gut through this, and then they'll be back on home ice and they'll go on a run at some point. Like,
they've only lost once in regulation.
It's plausible. It's just
their home record is 5-1-2 this year.
If they only lost at home, which was the 9-1
when have they showed that they've had it this season?
We actually discussed this in
Was it the after the second period
of Utah? The Vancouver game.
Rangers
That is
game?
really no.
No, actually,
I
no, that was
disagree.
just
We
two.
did this on O&R. I said 2, and it was those 2. But we just said Utah and Vancouver. The rest of them have just been like, well, maybe Chicago, but none of us watched it because the Blue Jays were playing. But the rest of them, they've been very below average. But also, too, they've been below average, and they are currently 1 point out of a playoff spot. And that's my whole thing.
Lucky.
They're not. They are lucky. They
They're
are
lucky
lucky.
that they're in that circumstance.
They're lucky, but I just think everyone else is all the same. Like, and I don't
Which is
watch
scary.
many other teams. I just look at the records for the most part, and it's just like, if they win tonight, they would be tied for second in the division. Games played, all that. I get it.
Yeah.
But like, that's kind of the point, is like, they're slumping right now, and a lot of other teams have the same record as them in the last 10 games. Like, they're 4-4-2 in the last 10. Seattle's 4-3-3. Vegas is 4-3-3. And that's why, like, I'm not willing to panic at all right now. I'm very frustrated, don't get me wrong. But, like, let's not overreact to the extent of the season is over on November 19th. You know what I mean?
No. And I'm not trying to, like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, when do you call it this? Because if it continues like this, then it has to be a roster issue.
I think if we start seeing other teams pull away and the Oilers just kind of stay in this inconsistency, that's when I would start to be like, oh, shit. So I can't really put a game number on that, but that would be what I would evaluate it at.
Yeah, you can even, like, Connor finally celebrated a goal in Carolina.
Yeah.
Like, finally, I was like, finally, he's cheering for, like, so maybe that's a sign that he's coming out of the fog.
And like,
And he's been playing great as of late too. But like,
he has been.
that it's an emotional fog too, because we're the free space in the bingo card when it comes to the calendar. Like, it's an easy night when you play the Oilers.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I've hammered home the celebrating goals thing a lot, and Lance sent me a big long DM the other day, kind of saying, like, is that maybe not just a reflection that the Oilers have a business-like mindset, that they come to the rink and it's like, we don't care how many goals we score, all we care about is winning. So if you score, that's great. Get back to the bench. We have work to do. I don't view it that way. To me, it's being in the fight and playing with some desperation, and like, when that puck goes in, you should have like some relief and elation. Yes, like there's something to it, and
It's not like come and do like the bow and arrow thing. Like, I'm not. That's but
let's
act
fucking
like you've
go,
been there
boys.
For show that you care.
Yeah, that's good.
And
line.
it's you just haven't seen it as of late, but it's also kind of dark days right now, so it's tough to even get up on that. But
again,
still, once again, it's a signal.
If you were desperate to get out of this fog, when you score a big goal, you should be fired up.
Yeah, I agree.
And to me, I think this almost goes back to bring the conversation full circle now. This almost goes back to like is Chris Knobloch too mild-mannered and preaching patience? And like, guys, it doesn't matter right now. Stick with our process and the results will come. So they're not like playing with that level of, I keep going back to desperation, but like, that's what I want to see. I want to see these guys crashing the net and being like, fuck, things aren't going our way. So how can our effort level change right now? How can we, even if the bounces aren't necessarily happening and the skill it up side of things isn't working, like, how can we find another level? And to me, they're just not there right now. Anyways, maybe they need, it was our Spotify question yesterday. We'll get to those comments in a bit, but like, is there someone you could call up from Bakersfield that would give you that jam, would give you some juice?
Ask your buddy Ryan Holt.
We will. Let's do the rating narratives, and then we'll keep cruising along.
Oh, yeah, we got a couple left.
Yeah, we got a few left. Well, scale of 1 to 10. So 10 is like, this is a major problem in terms of why they're sputtering along right now. 1 is like, I'm not worried about that at all. I'm going to throw you guys 4 narratives. Give me your rating from 1 to 10. First one. This one gets thrown out a lot on Twitter. I don't buy it. The coaching sucks. 1 through 10, where are you at with that? Because we just talked, if we're calling the Paul Coffey thing
5.
a big deal, then you need to give it some weight.
Yeah, I'm going to be mid. Like I can't discount the fact we got to the Stanley Cup Finals 2 years in a row.
Like Chris Knobloch outcoached Pete DeBoer, outcoached Bruce Cassidy. Like you can go back to a few years ago, he outcoached Rick Tocchet. Like basically outcoached everyone but Paul Maurice, who is a Hall of Fame coach. So I think you can't just sit here. I don't think Chris Knobloch woke up, and we did this whole bit yesterday, but it's not like he woke up and was like, you know what? I've solved it. Let's shoot the puck less.
I'm going to go higher. I'm going to go 7.
Okay.
I think we're seeing too much of the same on a night-to-night basis, and I think that does come down to a coaching side. Lineup in particular, we talked about Draisaitl and McDavid, even the blue line, like leaving Nurse out there for so long, so often, stuff like that. The players look like they don't have a clue sometimes, so I would say 7. I think it's a problem. I don't think I would go and search for a solution out of the organization, though.
I think that's fair. I think if they're firing a coach, there's bigger problems behind the scenes that we don't know about. Narrative number 2, the goalies are costing them.
I'll say 7.
So you're a 7 again?
I'll go 7 as well.
I think one of them's costing him every time he plays. He's literally averaging almost 5 goals against. Like, that's definitely not ideal. 4.17 for
You're not winning games with a 4.17.
And like Skinner's numbers by no means are glamorous, but he has the 7 wins on the season, I guess. I think he's given him a better chance than sometimes he's being given credit for. So I'll put it the same as coaching as a 7.
Both those Skinner numbers, in terms of like those are like the traditional goaltending stats, are both a touch below league average.
What's the average for goals against now?
2.85, I believe.
Okay, so he's basically
average in goals against. But yeah, Calvin Pickard, man, the numbers are pretty damning. And I do think I would go probably even higher, like an 8, just on the sense that like if he gets you one more save against St. Louis, if he gets you one more save against Vancouver, and I hate to be the guy who's always doing the one more save thing, but even against Columbus, like how much differently are we viewing this Oilers team if amidst all these losses, there was just one more win that maybe even if they didn't deserve it, we're talking about a team that's 10-7-4 instead of 9-8-4. Like that just feels different. If they're at 24 points and we're looking at them tied with the Golden Knights and the Kings right now, like you view it differently. So like I think it's high because Calvin Pickard's probably cost them to this point in the season 3 points in the standings at least. I know he's won a couple of games. The Montreal game, they had to score 6 to win that one. Damn it. Vancouver, he actually played pretty well, but the Oilers that was probably their best game of the season. They gave up 15 shots.
I don't even know if he played well. I just don't think they allowed him to do anything until
they didn't allow him to cost them the game.
Yeah.
Which is, again, a very damning statement in this whole thing. So, again, 3 of those losses the Oilers probably should have had with Pickard in net, and the OT loss probably should have been a win as well. So it's very easy to sit here and be like, he's cost them 2 to 4 points in the standings, even if I'm not going to be generous. So the third one, and maybe, Jay, this is what you were alluding to. This is the narrative. They're not the same team as last year. They lost a lot of key pieces.
8.
So you think the loss of Corey Perry looms that large? You think not bringing back Connor Brown was a mistake? Like these would be the things that go along with that.
Yeah, there's that, and and this goes over like course of 2 years. It's also like we're a year older, right? So Brett Kulak's a year older, Ekholm's a year older, Draisaitl, McDavid, they're all a year older. Like it's I'm not saying that they're like McDavid and Draisaitl are slowing down, but it's
my kind of counterpoint to that is like, yes, those guys all got a year older, but something the Oilers clearly made an effort to do basically since Stan Bowman's taken over is like, okay, as you lost a little bit of Kulak, I think they were open, hey, maybe we get a little bit more from Ty Emberson. As you maybe lose a bit from, lose Corey Perry, you lose Connor Brown. Okay, Andrew Mangiapane's a little bit younger and faster. Matt Savoy is younger and faster. And maybe that's why...
But smaller.
But
we've gotten smaller.
But we got Trent Frederick.
But we had them going into the run last year. We had Perry and Kane losing them and not replacing that level of, we'll call it grit. That's a thing, and not addressing it, and then replacing it with smaller, albeit fast, skill guys.
Yep.
They're two different players. And I'm not even here to dump on Mangiapane or Savoy. Like Savoy is showing great.
Savoy's
things,
been one of the few bright spots.
We've gotten smaller and we've gotten softer.
Yeah.
I would probably. What did you say? 8.
8.
I think
I'm not seeing it. Like
I agree. I think I'm going to go.
I'm willing to change my score in a month if they snap out of it and show me something different. But like,
I'm going to say. I want to say 7 because I'm going to put the coaches in there as well.
Yeah,
missing Gulletson and Coffey, I think, is costing him a little bit. I think they need a bit more experience behind the bench. On the ice stuff, like people are complaining about, like they have 3 rookies in the lineup. It's like, well, Tomasek and Howard don't even play when they do. I'd be more concerned about having Regula on the blue line. I do think like someone like John Klingberg has probably missed a little bit more than we give credit for. I don't think it was anything crazy. Yeah, well, they can't score goals right now. And they can't get the pucks to the forwards.
If you were playing Klingberg every 2 out of every 3 games instead of Regula, is it different?
Yes, I think so. I think it's a little bit different. I don't know how much difference, but I think the percentage would go up on this team improving.
We had him. He was in the tent.
Yeah, he was. I think that I wouldn't go back and re-sign Brown and Perry because I wouldn't take that chance on a 41-year-old player for $4 million.
Well, not for $4 million. Well,
that's a whole deal for me. And people always complain about it. It's like, well, look what he's doing. It's like 100%. He's having a fantastic season. There's no disputing it. It looks bad on the Oilers, but I don't think that was a bad risk to take bringing in Mangiapane to replace him, and also Brown as well with Frederick maybe that was the flip you wanted to do. I don't know. I think it's still significant. I think all the things you said are not good.
My counterpoint to that is, and Mulick says, like, this is on the individuals. Like, Podkolzin's playing better, and that certainly helps. But, like, how much different is this conversation if Trent Frederick is playing as he was advertised? Playing like Boston Trent Frederick. If he was playing like Boston Trent Frederick and being a pain in the ass and hitting guys and going to the net and doing all of these little things right, like, Liam, you use this line all the time. Edmonton's the easiest market in the world to become a fan favorite.
It's not even about going back to the Boston days. It's about literally going to that first shift he had with the Edmonton Oilers, where he got injured immediately. Yeah. But didn't he have 2 hits on his first shift? Yeah. Like, he tried to make himself a factor in the game. And I don't really care about last season because he was injured, whatever. Like, I think it's more significant injury to come back from than we give it credit for, a high ankle sprain. But this season, we've not seen it. We've seen it for 1 game, 2 games. I'll give him the St. Louis one as well, where his dad was in the stands.
Yeah.
You can't just fly the Fredericks around everywhere.
Josh says the Oilers are, I think this actually sums up maybe the issue pretty well. The Oilers are a faster and more skilled team that is still playing a style suited to last year's bigger, slower, less skilled roster. And I think that's fair. Andrew Mangiapane is more skilled than Connor Brown, but it feels like they want him to play like Connor Brown, and that's not his game, right? Like, I don't know. Jack Roslovic, I think you see it with Jack Roslovic, who's a guy who is almost playing differently than the system because he flies, he holds on to the puck, he tries to create. And I feel like maybe they need to give these guys more leeway to try and create.
Who?
How about we try just to make an 8-foot pass? How about we just try there?
Well, I honestly want to see some.
I don't think that's people trying to change how they play in a system.
I want to see some dump and chase and just crushing some defensemen into the backboards.
I think from
That's
guys
really
like
what I
Frederick,
wanna
you
see.
probably do want to see that.
And I hope Zach Hyman can pull that out of him tonight. I really do. I think that can be contagious for him and it could get him going. Didn't Jeff say that?
Yeah.
It looks like it. They need it bad.
Yeah. And again, I like this comment from Gord. He says, I'd bet even with Perry and Brown here instead of Mangiapane and Frederick that the Oilers would still be having some issues. How would Perry and Brown fix how? Nurse, Kulak, Bouchard, Regula, Ekholm. How would they fix how they played? And you're right. There are you don't start this sloppy without multiple issues, though.
But
it's layered.
What does Paul Coffey do?
Fixes that potentially. That's why, again, it's layered.
I think they might need a more experienced coach on the bench to add to the group. Not to take away, just to
Bring
add
Paul
to
back
it.
down. What's
we
Mac
need
T
a
up
hard
to?
ass, clearly.
What's Mac T up to? Selling 50-50s.
Damn it.
Remember when he did that?
Yeah, I remember that. Mac T's the
Literally
best.
had every role in the organization.
Yep.
I don't know what the solution can be as spitballing, but it's an idea. They literally did it with Coffee last year.
Yep. The last one, and this is something I wanted to bitch about yesterday, and I bitched about it a little bit on ONR. They haven't been fully healthy.
It's a fact, but it's a fact for every team besides the Winnipeg Jets.
Well, I went a layer deeper today on DFO Live, a show I host at 10 a.m. Mountain every day with former NHLer Carter Hutton. How many teams? So the criteria I used was, are you missing a top 6 forward or a top 4 defenseman? Okay, that's your criteria. How many teams in the
every team?
NHL? Yeah, for every team in the NHL.
Oh,
how many teams in the NHL are fully healthy by that measure, where they are not right now currently missing either a top 6 forward or a top 4 defenseman?
Oh, it's got to be I would say 4 teams.
Yeah, it's low.
It's dead on 4.
Yes.
Winnipeg's only missing Hayden Fleury. Vegas is only missing Jeremy Lauzon, and he's a fringe top 4 guy, so I included him in that conversation. The other one was the Rangers are only missing Matt Rempe, and Calgary was the other one. Calgary is only missing Zane Parekh.
Who's not? Is he even injured? They're just not playing it.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with Zane Parekh. But the other 28 teams in the NHL are all either currently missing a top 4 defenseman or a top 6 forward. And guess what? The Oilers are missing one. They're missing Nuge, who it sucks that Nuge is gone. But they are not Florida, who lost another guy today. Did you hear about this one? Eetu Luostarinen burnt himself barbecuing and is week to week.
Jack Hughes sliced his hand on a...
Insane. But Montreal's missing a bunch of guys. New Jersey's missing a bunch of guys. It's crazy. Everyone's hurt.
Weird roster construction that they can absorb it.
Well, I mean, now you're missing a layer of depth and all of that stuff. But
The Polar Goat firing an assistant coach that brought in changes hasn't panned out. They didn't fire him. He left.
Paul Coffey?
Paul Coffey.
Yeah, I mean,
he wasn't fired. His contract was done. He didn't want to come back.
I don't think he wanted to coach. And also, if what we're reading is true, and we have no reason to not think it's true, if what we're reading is true, Chris Knobloch, there may have not been wait, come back. It might have just been all right, see ya.
Bye, Woody.
Hope you find your dad.
That's a different
Elf.
movie. That's Elf. Hope you find
Bye,
your
buddy.
dad.
Okay.
Bye, buddy.
There you go. That's our rating narratives. That was good. That was therapeutic. We vented. Let's get into game day. Let's try to.
I feel much better.
I'll
I'll tell you that much. Oh, boy, do I feel better.
I feel significantly worse. Stuart Skinner versus Logan Thompson tonight. Oilers taking on the Capitals.
Battle for Canada.
Let's try to flush this. Let's do our game day betting challenge. I like that.
That'll cheer us up.
That'll get us back in the spirit. The Edmonton Oilers come into this game as underdogs. Plus 100 on the money line, boys.
It's too high.
Plus money juice for the oil.
Too low. Sorry, too low.
Here's a counterpoint, if I may. The Washington Capitals are only 3-5-2 in their last 10. Fewer wins in their last 10 games than the Edmonton Oilers.
Wow.
Somehow Logan Thompson's that good.
The Washington Capitals cannot score goals. It is quite perplexing. They are analytical darlings. Michael Menzies pointed that out in his pre-scout article, which is up every game day at Oilersnation.com. But they generate fine. They're 4th in the league in shots for per 60. The expected goals are great, 62% expected goals for percentage, and they are in the top half of the league in actual expected goals. They rank 10th in the league in actual expected goals, but they are not scoring on a lot of shots. They are low in shooting percentage. low in actual goals. It's a little perplexing. They feel a little bit, and it's different because they have an elite goaltender that's still winning them hockey games, but a little bit like the Oilers of last year, where like eventually the Capitals are just going to have a run where like they shoot 15% for 2 weeks and they go 6-1, and like they'll be fine because the East, much like the West, the whole league is the same. It's a lot of mush. They're tied for second last in the East, but they're 2 points out of a playoff spot.
The Washington Capitals are?
Yeah, by points percentage, the only teams worse in the Eastern Conference
Don't say
are
Buffalo.
Well, Buffalo,
Shit.
Toronto, and the Rangers are technically worse by points percentage.
That's not good.
Because we played bad against Buffalo?
Well, you just lost badly.
Yeah, we just lost badly at Buffalo. 526 points percentage this year for the Caps, which is .002 better than the Oilers. So again, they have had their struggles this year. Their power play is absolutely abysmal. It is 30th in the NHL. I think there's been a little bit
trying to force Ovi.
I think there's actually been a little bit of like an emotional letdown of like maybe they're not forcing Ovi anymore. And like they don't have the Ovi goal record like dangling there being like,
Yeah, that's true.
every Ovi goal was so big at this point last year, right? They loved when Ovi scored. Maybe they've lost a little bit of that juice. But yeah, 3-5-2 in their last 10, 10th in power play. Those are the two big numbers that I kind of had. Their penalty kill isn't great. It's outside of the top 10. So,
that's good.
special teams battle, as they say.
It'll be a special battle, all right.
The Oilers have turned around their season in Washington before. We talked about that with Louis last night. Maybe there's just some bar or restaurant in Washington that gets the boys going.
I don't know if I've ever felt this low about the Oilers before.
You have.
No,
you
I
have.
don't. I'm trying to, I'm thinking of that San Jose game, and that really obviously sucked. But they also had never been to a cup final before that in my lifetime. Well, in my lifetime, not in my Canada lifetime. Now I just feel like they're letting me down, and I'm not liking it. So I didn't even know all those stats, and it didn't matter in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not to be a Debbie Downer, but I will be, I guess, for this slight moment.
I want to bring so much optimism and positivity to pre-gaming
we
today.
need to. We should, because we're showing the same level of jam that they have right now, and we have to try to manifest the outcome that we want.
Can I read you what we talked about on this day in 2022? Maybe this will cheer you up.
Oh boy,
this is our November 19th show from 2022. Actually, Oil were coming off a loss.
Shocker.
Coming off a 3-1 loss to the Kings, and here's the description. Edmonton made some changes to their lineup in practice yesterday, putting Matthias Janmark on the top line with Connor McDavid. Additionally, Ken Holland recalled Brad Malone from the Bakersfield Condors. So, I don't know. I feel like we've been lower.
I don't remember that. Man. This is. I do think this road trips all season have been quite difficult for them, and I'm excited for them just to be home for a little bit.
Come home, guys.
Like, I wonder how many nights they have. Like, what's the longest they've been able to sleep in their beds consecutively? You know what I mean? Probably those first 2 games of the season.
First 2 games of the season, and then they would have slept in their own bed for 5 nights at the end of October, and coincidentally, they won 3 straight hockey games.
Wow, what a coinky dinky.
Winky dinky.
They beat the Mammoth, the Rangers, and the Chicago Blackhawks 3 straight nights, and they went back on the road, and everything went to shit.
They lost to the Rangers. They blew that game. Remember they were.
Oh yeah, they lost 4-3 in overtime. Sorry,
but they were looking good.
Yeah, points in 3 straight.
Yeah, points in 3 straight. Yeah.
So our betting challenge for Bet365. Again, Oilers aren't doing well. Neither of us are doing well in terms of how we're betting.
It's impossible.
Liam's coming off. Yeah, you're off a loss too. We're all off.
Oh yeah, all losses.
Yeah,
is it close? Are we all in the mushy middle too?
I'm leading with like negative. I have to update the graphic, but I messed up the
math
spreadsheet. But I'm like minus 2.2. You're like minus 3.4. You're like minus 8.
What? I had a win recently.
Maybe. Oh yeah, you did. Let me check quickly. We're all losing, but you're on pace for the. I'm minus 3.6. Tyler, you're minus 5.1, and Jay, you're minus 5.8.
Minus 8.
My bad.
5 points.
It's like we're 1 unit apart.
It was a
here.
rounding error.
It was a
We're 1 unit apart here. I'm one certain insert Oiler name here goal away from being in the lead.
Well, here we go.
That's fair.
For tonight, my pick, shop prop, Jack Roslovic's up on the top line with Connor McDavid. I have been putting Jack Roslovic 2+ shots in a lot of same gamers this year at Bet365. He has hit this number in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of his 19 games this season. So a higher than 50% hit rate. I'm getting plus 155 juice, and he's playing with Connor McDavid, and he's playing on the top power play unit against a dog shit penalty kill. There we go. Giddy up. Jack Roslovic, 3+ shots on goal, plus 155. Liam.
Roslovic point.
All righty.
Minus 125. The only player that seems to be doing anything outside of McDavid and Draisaitl.
Minus 125. Not a lot of juice there.
Don't care. Just want to win.
Sure.
Yeah, almost. Yeah,
Almost took Caps money line.
Capitals money line.
Jay.
Well, because the nation's capital is where things get changed around. My boy Freddie really needs to change things around.
Plus 550.
Plus 550.
The reason I will say this isn't terrible, 11-7. If he's truly going to be on Hyman's wing, he might get a lot of shifts with McDavid tonight. Like, maybe this isn't crazy.
I mean, something's got to give. Something's got to give.
Yeah.
And if it's not tonight, it's, what, do they play Boston after this?
No, they Tampa tomorrow with Pickard and net.
By the elbow, folks. Get ahead of that one.
And where are they on Saturday?
Florida.
Oh, my God. Well, Florida's
Boston
missing
soon.
everybody.
They already play Boston.
Boston is that team they play on December 18th. It's their final game in the Eastern time zone.
And then December 31st.
They play Boston comes here.
Yep. Yeah. So people are debating in the chat now, and we're well-traveled people, especially you, Jay. People are debating if saying the Oilers on the road is a bad excuse or not. Because the Oilers stay in like great hotels, yada, yada, yada. I think there's also the human factor of just like not being home for so long. Like a lot of these guys are an older team. They have kids at home, stuff like that. Like it actually does matter. And like as much as like you're right when you say, yes, they stay in great hotels. Their flights are probably way better than the regular person.
Probably a great team plane.
But also, too, like, traveling can really take it out of you. And the amount they have to travel recently, I don't think it's unfair to say that is a reason why they might be playing worse on the road. And also, their record on the road stinks.
Is it the reason why they suck? No.
No. They're playing bad.
Sometimes a road trip is needed to try to get things back on the rails.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that they've really haven't had too many home nights.
Mm-hmm.
That is truth. So it's a bit of both. But road trips is what bring the team together. They're going out for dinners, hopefully.
And maybe you don't reap the benefits of that till you're back at home.
And maybe 2 back-to-back isn't as great as it might seem because they had the 5-game one in New York and then this one as well. It just seems like the excuse isn't that that they're on the road so much. It's like that they're traveling poorly. It's that they're just on the road and they haven't played at home much. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. I just think it's a lot worse than people make it out to be sometimes.
Well, they're not sliding right now or playing great because of road trips. Like they're just not playing good.
But if they're in this malaise and like Louis kept using the word like he kept saying mental fatigue yesterday.
You also can't get away from guys. Sometimes you just need to go home.
That's why you and I never hang out outside of the show.
Hour and a half a day is enough.
I asked you tonight. I was like, hey, you want to watch the game together? Nope.
Didn't even hesitate.
It was a quick no. Like I didn't even finish the sentence. You got like a general sense that I might be asking you to hang out, and you're like, I'm so busy tonight. I got nothing.
I gotta make up a golf league.
Last 3 seasons. The Oilers on the road have a .537 points percentage. 537. Last 3 seasons, the Oilers at home a .694.
Damn.
Again, because so much of this feels effort-based, I do not want to sit here and make a ton of excuses for the Edmonton Oilers. They are 5th in the league in home points percentage over the last 3 seasons. On the road, they are 14th. That gap is significant. Lots of teams are better at home than on the road. The Oilers' schedule has been road to start.
Yeah, and like that's true.
And again, if they can win, and this isn't even a crazy ask, if they can win 4 games in a row, my God, they're right back in the mix on this thing.
I think Anaheim's the other team that has played a ton of road games, if I'm not mistaken.
11. Yeah, they've only played 7 at home, 1 fewer than the Oilers.
The biggest difference between those 2 teams, one of them has nobody at home, one of them has everything at home. You know what I mean?
Like the
Ducks
crowd.
they're so young.
Oh, they're so young.
They're probably. I've never been to this amazing city called Edmonton before.
Yeah, where do you think the Ducks have been to some fun spots on their schedule?
They went to Toronto.
That's fun. Any chance you have to play in front of the fans in Toronto, that you'll get up to that. They've been to San Jose, great
Beautiful.
city. Nashville. Oh, they won 5-2 in Nashville. You're telling me that young Ducks team?
Green light.
Yep.
Well, that's the whole thing. Win, and you get to go to Tootsie's. That is enough motivation.
Exactly. Boston?
Green light. Did they win?
Yep.
There you go.
Then they went to Tampa in Florida by the beach. Did they win? One of them.
Which one?
Florida.
The first one or the second one?
Second one.
Damn it. When the
No, that's
first one
okay.
is an excuse to
No,
lose the second.
The second one was they lost the first one, so they had to win the second one.
Yeah.
A split in the beach is okay.
Yep.
Yeah, sure. Well,
All
that's
right.
what we need this weekend. Oh, this week, I guess.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat said, did anyone in Saskatchewan get an emergency alert? I don't know.
Hopefully everyone's okay.
Yeah. Sending our thoughts and prayers.
Shout out to the Rough Riders. Are you a Rough Riders fan, or where do you lie?
I have to be.
Yeah, fair
But
enough.
I am.
I have to be, and I am.
Yeah. No, I'm
Sounds-
very happy to see them win the Grey Cup. Yeah.
I can't believe it's only their fifth. I feel like they're like the big dogs of the CFL. But I guess that's us out here in Edmonton.
I would
Aren't they the
love to
most?
see a study, and just because someone else brought it up, correlation of road performance and average team age. I'd be
Okay.
interested.
Yeah,
Can you do that? Can you build a study for me?
Sure. So you want me to find out how young teams do on the road in comparison to old teams do on
Yeah.
the road? Like young good teams.
Yeah.
Because obviously San Jose probably stunk last year.
Yeah.
So it would have been the young team last year that did well. Not Edmonton.
Montreal.
Okay, well, I'll do the study right now.
Jay?
I did my goalie report.
Oh, did you put one together for today?
I did.
Okay, we'll do that, then we'll get to our guest.
Okay.
Goalie report.
Goalie
Logan
report.
Thompson. I'm assuming you're going to say good things about it.
Yeah, just pull up the full face one, Aaron. That's all we really need to see.
You got to expose that right ear.
Hard to beat.
That's
We
a lot of high
really
numbers.
haven't seen numbers like this before on a goaltender. Everything is above 84% besides the right ear, where he's only 50% on the season. 100% in the chest, 52 for 52. Even under the arms, 7 for 7 combined. I guess aim high or low blocker. The rest, I wouldn't bother.
Did Skinner not let in a chest goal here?
Stuart Skinner?
Recently?
I think he let in a chest goal.
I think he let in
Against
a chest
Colorado,
goal.
there was a chest goal.
And I
Here
think he
stuff.
did against.
It was horrendous.
Did he not against?
No way he's given it
Carolina?
multiple chest goals.
I haven't checked. Let me look right now. No, he's 40 for 40 in the chest. Oh, that's in his last. Yeah, that's this season. 40 for 40 in the chest.
All right. They
Oh,
have
no.
Oh,
Might be a preseason game, but I'll have to do some research. 99% in the chest for Stuart Skinner.
he's got a leaky chest.
Damn.
So Liam's goalie report: shoot it by Logan Thompson's right ear, and maybe you'll have a 50% chance of scoring.
You
Take your
might.
chances.
Yeah, that's where I would shoot.
Super specific game day prediction: Jack Roslovic stays hot, shoots one past Logan Thompson's right ear.
Oh, it was an exhibition game. He got it.
Through
Yeah.
the chest.
Yeah, through the chest.
He Roslovic is
Oh.
so good at shooting it up high and close.
Yeah, he's just a good hockey player.
It's yeah.
What did you do?
I just don't. Right through him.
Poor guy.
Like Swiss cheese. No wonder he's been playing bad. He's missing his heart.
Missing their heart. That's a good way to sum things up. All right, Jay, are you going to be on the show tomorrow? Or was this just kind of enough
Are
for
you
you?
skydiving through the Grand Canyon?
No, I'll be here. Lots happening, but I'll be here.
Maybe we'll be talking about a win. All right.
We better be.
Yep.
You better be.
Trent Frederick goal.
That'd get you right.
Assisted be fine.
Let's get out to the Star Mechanical guest line. Thank you, Jay. Edmonton's /1 plumbing and heating company. Visit them online at starmechanical.ca to find out how they can help you with your residential plumbing and heating needs, your commercial plumbing and heating needs, your 24/7 emergency services related to plumbing and heating problems. Starmechanical.ca, Edmonton's finest. As we head out and are joined by Bakersfield's finest, Ryan Holt from the Bakersfield Condors. How's it going, Holty?
I'm fantastic. How are you guys doing?
We are
It's a roller coaster over here.
Yeah, we're fine. All things considered, we're fine. I want to talk about, there's a whole bunch of really interesting stories on this Condors team right now. And the one that has the fan base buzzing, and I think if you would have told people a few months ago that this is the name that would have like Oilers fans who just kind of keep an eye on the Condors buzzing, what's Connor Clattenburg been like this year?
He's a nail gun. It's exciting. It's exciting for a young guy to have the impact that he's had. And I think he understands his role. And, we're 15 games in and he's the youngest member of this team on a young team, right? And, I don't think he gets enough credit for his offensive instincts and his skating ability. I don't think you're able to hit guys if you can't skate, if you're in the right position for checking. He's been good at that. He's been physical. He's picked his spots. Obviously, the fighting is a part of his game, but he's just been a physical hockey player, and that's what that line's needed. Him and Capone have been very good. They had Max Jones with them last night, but they've had Daniel D'Amato too, and they've just had an identity early on. They don't need to score, but they've killed penalties, and they've been very physical. But Clattenburg's been terrific at his role.
How's Max Jones been? Because obviously, if he was to get called up to Edmonton, he's a bottom six guy. Is he establishing himself in that kind of role in Bakersfield as a bit more of a physical presence?
Yeah, I think, he's battled a couple injuries here early on this year. He's had a little bit of a groin problem. He's had a little bit of a shoulder problem. So has been in and out of the lineup here of late. But last night I thought he looked good. It was the first time really in a checking role, if you will, kind of in that bottom six, even here in Bakersfield, because I think he can go up and down the lineup, especially at this level, right? Like he can be a top six guy, obviously at this level, and he can play that checking role. So, I don't think he hurts you in a bottom six role at the NHL level at all.
Any part of Quinn Hudson's game surprising you, and just maybe how quickly he's even adapting at the pro level? Like I see he's leading the charge when it comes to rookie scoring in the American Hockey League. It's just hard to tell sometimes when a guy has the numbers like he did in college. You're like, okay, is that because he's older than the guys he's playing against and it's a product of that? Or some guys are just natural scorers, and the numbers, if the numbers aren't lying, he looks like a guy who's maybe just a natural scorer.
Yeah, I think he has 12 points in his last 5 games. It's come on here of late, right? 2 weeks ago we were talking about him leading the team in shots, but not leading the team in finishing. And now you look at it, and all of a sudden he's leading the league in rookie scoring. So he's on a heater. It's been great to see. I can't imagine there's been many times, at the AHL level where you've had the 2 top college players on the same team from a year ago. And you could argue that Hudson and Howard were the 2 top collegiate players a year ago at BU and at Michigan State. So it's been fun to watch them the last 2 games. They've been great with Szymanski. There's a youthful exuberance to this team. Hudson's a natural goal-scoring finisher. I think his skating is what is the question. His play away from the puck is what is his question at the next level. If that improves, he has the natural ability to finish. He's got a terrific shot.
There's started to get a bit of a European flair down in Bakersfield, it's fair to say, especially on the Finnish side of things. And I think Roby Järventie has fans quite excited recently after, so at the start of the season, people who don't know, he wasn't allowed to play back-to-back games, right, but has now started to do that, and it seems like his game he's doing well every single night.
He would be my first, if you're pegging, who's my first call-up? He would be my first call-up, just in terms of a guy that could plug and play, I think, at the next level. He's been a point-per-game guy here for us. I think he's got 7 goals in 11 games. It's been a limited sample size, right? And he's coming off back-to-back injuries that derailed the last 2 seasons for him. But for Järventie, he has the size. He skates well. He moves well for a big man. He's got a terrific shot, both not only a one-timer, but also terrific snapshot, wrist shot that he gets off quick as well. So for me, he is the guy who, depending on what you need, he's the guy on the wing, I think, for, the opportunity, I think, in terms of ready at the next level, plug and play, that hasn't really been there yet, right? Max Jones has already been there. Isaac Howard's already been there a little bit. But Järventie, just in terms of age and look factor, he fits all the bills and he checks all the boxes. He's fully healthy. He's ready to go. He's playing every game now.
So I think the checklist for maybe, what the Oilers could be looking for if they were to call someone up, and hey, Philp, Lazar, both going to be out for the rest of the road trip. Who knows how long those could linger. They're obviously missing Nuge too, but I think what they'd be looking for is maybe someone who could bring some energy, a combination of energy, physical play, and yeah, maybe a little bit of scoring touch would be nice, and bring that into a bottom six role. Do you think Jarventi is a guy who, if his minutes were to go down to 11, 12, or 13 a night, could he still make an impact at the NHL level?
Yes, because he was kind of doing that to begin this season too, right? Yeah. Like they inched him along here, and were very careful with him. A lot of work done by our great strength and conditioning coach Travis Lay and kind of his crew, and being able to manage Roby, and Roby was chomping at the bit to get going. Don't get me wrong, he wanted to play, and he was almost like a horse being held back a little bit, but he's fully ready to go. So I think he's had an impressive start to the season. He's in that window, right? It's just weird because he hasn't played the last 2 years, but he's right in that window, and he hasn't looked any worse for the wear from what he should have been, maybe 2 years ago when he did get hurt.
Connor Ingram, I think it's probably fair to go there next, as we just continue to ask about every single player on the roster. Obviously, there was those 3 games where he didn't play after a questionable start. I think it's fair, but last night he looked good. The game before he had good numbers too. Does his game seem to be coming around? And I guess the second part of it too, like, when do you think he could possibly be ready for the NHL?
Because he didn't have a training camp, right? Like, that's important to keep in mind here.
Yeah, he didn't have a training camp. He was kind of sitting around in limbo, right, in Utah. And he talked about that when we were in Calgary, just kind of in limbo and not knowing what was going on. He didn't really have much discussion with the Mammoth on what was happening. And then he ended up getting a call and said, hey, you're traded to Edmonton. So, I think for him, it was a lot of sitting around waiting, right? So had a great start to, his Condors career, had a great opening start, obviously dipped a little bit for a couple starts. A little bit of a reset over 2 weeks, but I think the last 2 starts, you're seeing a composed Connor Ingram. He was the reason why we were in the game on Friday in San Diego. I mean, he should have won the game. It was unfair how we didn't win that hockey game on Friday night, but he was terrific. I think he stopped 35 of 39. He was very good last night. We were very good in front of him. Probably our best defensive game in front of a netminder this season, which has been good to see. When he's ready, NHL level, I don't know. That's above my pay grade, but he's done everything that's been asked of him here. He had a great couple articles the last couple of weeks too, kind of opening up about what the last couple of years have been like for him, and credit to him for sharing that, because it's not easy. And I think he is he's a guy who's beloved by his teammates. I think Josh Brown speaks highly of him just from his days in Arizona, and kind of the friendship that they had back then as well too, and being able to rekindle that here in Bakersfield.
Sorry, just to follow up on that. How is he, you mentioned Josh Brown, says he's a good teammate, all that. How has he embraced it being in the American League? Because obviously he's an established NHL goalie, you know what I mean? Like, how is he doing with all of that?
He said that's one of his biggest reasons for wanting to get back to the NHL is get off this bus, even though the bus is very good here in Bakersfield.
Yeah, we talked about this last year. The bus sounds amazing.
The bus is amazing. He just wants to get off the back-to-backs and the 4-hour trips from San Diego and having to play the next night. But I thought that was a great sign for him, to play well in San Diego. And then Tompkins followed it up with a nice start as well too. And Tompkins has been good too, and I know the numbers look a little wonky, right? Because there's a couple of outliers, I think. But I think when you look at their game overall, I think both have, given this team a chance to win. And I think once the defensive side of things starts to figure itself out, and I think it's starting to here over the last, say, 5 games, things look a lot better for this group in front of them.
If I had to make a headline for your appearance, would it be fair to say play better than the numbers when it comes to Connor Ingram? Like, is that a good way to sum it up?
I think so. I think, it's a team game, I think, in terms of their numbers and what you're looking at, on the whole. There's a couple of clunkers in there, right? There's the end of a 12-day, 6-game trip for, as you mentioned, in your last segment, a young team, right? We're on the road for 12 days, 6 games, 3 cities. Like, that's a grind for this group, considering the average age is probably 24 right now. When you look at, that game, and then you look at Tompkins' season opener against San Jose, where that was as pond hockey as I've ever seen a Condors team play. It finished 7-6. He gave the team a chance to win. So I think you throw those 2 games out, their numbers look a lot better. They'll look better extrapolated with a bigger sample size. So the team's playing better in front of them now as well, too, defensively.
Last one for me, I guess, is Ike Howard, who you are obviously just getting to know down in Bakersfield, and what an impact, again, just stat sheet wise. 4 points, 2 games. I saw the highlight of the 1 goal, just an absolute beauty. He's adapting pretty well to the American Hockey League game.
Yeah, him and Hudson and Josh Szymanski's been their pivot here for 2 games, and Szymanski's a personality in and of himself here. I think that's a guy that, is going to come to the forefront here, and he's been a multi-point game guy for the last 5. So Hudson, Howard, I mean, it's just been fun to watch them, honestly. Like, it really is a treat to watch this team every night. They make a lot of mistakes, as a group, not just individually, but they're fun to watch offensively. Mariala's been centering a line. Howard's done everything that's been asked of him. He'll be in the NHL, sooner rather than later. When that is, I don't know. But he's a guy who, has a terrific shot. His work away from the puck is getting there. He's killing penalties last night as well, too, against Calgary. Yes. So that was great to see, too. He's trying to add more tools to the toolbox, right, and do everything he can to get to the next level. And these guys are all chomping at the bit right now.
Yeah, a follow-up, I guess. So I lied about it being my last question, but did Howard share anything about like what he was kind of, told to work on when he gets down there?
Yeah, they said just go out and play more minutes, right? Play your game and get that confidence back. And I think, personally, I think looking at it even this summer, right, when they brought in Howard and we kind of knew he was going to start in the NHL, I think there was always a little inkling that at some point he's probably going to end up in the American Hockey League just to get the confidence back. It's hard, right? You're playing 8-9 minutes a night to be able to get what you need at the NHL level. I think there's enough of his game that translates at the NHL level. If you add in some penalty killing, add in just the confidence, you're seeing it with Quinn Hudson now. We saw it with Matt Savoy last year, and now Savoy's become a trusted member of the Oilers here early on this season. So I think if you continue to do those things, you give yourself a chance at the next level.
There's always this debate, and I strongly disagree with it when people say this, that the Oilers, the cupboards are bare, there's nothing coming. What assets do they have for trades? I feel like that's just undervalues what the Oilers have been able to do with some of the players they've brought in from Europe. Like Szymanski and Marja look decent. Like, we just rifled through, 5 or 6 players who are legit NHL prospects for this team. Like, you see it all the time. There is players coming through the system here, right?
Yeah, I mean, Mariala's 22 years old. Yeah. Szymanski's 22 years old. Lepinen's on the older side. I say older, 26, 27. Yeah. But, these are guys that were unheard of. And I, to be quite honest with you, I probably shouldn't admit this. I completely forgot about Mariala until, training camp showed up. And where did he come from? What did we get him for? And, chatting with him, it was just a great opportunity. It was a great find. By the European scouts, by the Oilers, who have developed relationships in Finland and being able to, kind of recruit a guy like Mariala over here. And he's crafty, man. Like, he's slender and, he's on the smaller side just in terms of his physical stature. But, he makes plays. Whoever he plays with has been successful. And he's starting to shoot the puck a little bit more. And I think that's an area of his game that is underrated as well, too. He can score. I mean, you're going to look at the assists, and he's top 5 in assists in the league right now, but he's a guy who can make plays. And again, just 22 years old. You're talking about Hudson being 23, 22, Howard 21, Szymanski 22, some growing to do for all of those guys. But, credit to the Oilers for at least replenishing the cupboards and completely remaking how this place looks from year to year.
I have one more.
Last one, though, then we're done.
I promise it's my last one. I don't know how long you've been there, Ryan. Sorry, but how is the development different now than what it was, let's say 3 or 4 years ago? You know what I mean? Like, you talked about Howard there, how it's like he's playing on the penalty kill now. We heard it a lot with Savoy and Philp last season too, and now they come into the NHL, they're ready to play that. It feels like the Oilers actually have a plan now for their prospects rather than just being like, okay, go play in Bakersfield.
Yeah, I think there was always a plan, right? And I think that plan's been executed based off what has been here, right? You're forgetting the Brobergs and the Holloways and the Kesselrings of the world too, who, they were moved out for other picks. You look at Max Warner was moved out, and you have Alex Regula now. So you have an NHL defenseman, and no disrespect to Max Warner, but he's being scratched in the American Hockey League right now. So you're able to turn assets into prospects, either at the NHL level or at the AHL level to be able to grow and develop them. Same thing with the Savoys and the Philps of the world. I think this team specifically is probably the deepest skilled offensive team the Condors have had probably since the first year, and that was a veteran team. I know it had Draisaitl kicking around and Andrew Miller, but that was a veteran team for the group early on. You had the Tyler Bensons, Coop Marodis of the world kind of in the 18-19, 19-20 kind of area, but again, that had a lot of veteran presence, right? Cracknell, Griffith started coming along. This year, it feels like the kids are driving the bus, which hasn't happened since the Benson and the Marodis of the world, but I'm not sure that they were full-fledged, quote-unquote, prospects. Benson was, Marody never really got a shot. These are kids driving the bus looking for the next opportunity, and it's fun to watch. They are. They're a joy to be around. They're I think you saw Kallattenberg's post-game interview in front of the fans. They're having fun. They're enjoying being around each other. They're loose. It's fun to come to the rink and see these guys every day.
And it's fun to chat with you, Ryan Holt.
Yes.
We appreciate your time. Thank you for popping on, and we'll chat soon.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
There you go. Ryan Holt. He wears pretty much every hat for the Bakersfield Condors.
I guess as he goes through that last question, maybe they just have better players.
Maybe
they just have better players, and it seems like the plan. Maybe I shouldn't have quite said plan, but is just looking like it's working more because the players are just better and they're developing better. Because
Josh Szymanski's 22, or 23.
Marshall is 22. Their rosters, like you said, is very young. I
think outside of the organization, outside of Edmonton, people think it's just Seth Griffith practicing on the ice with a bunch of tumbleweeds, and that's not the case. There's legitimate talent down there that the Oilers might be relying on sooner rather than later. Who knows how long Lazar's out for? Who knows how long Philp's out for?
Totally.
Someone's getting called up when they get back from the road trip if those two guys aren't healthy. Even if one of them is an extended injury, someone's coming up.
Yeah, and there's a few guys we didn't even talk about.
Couldn't ask them every player.
No, we almost did, but Boakey. He's only 20. I feel like people have given up on him already. It's such an interesting angle of they just have all these older guys now. It's but these older guys are probably going to be more ready to step into an NHL lineup because they're older and a bit more developed as a man. Mm-hmm. So it'll be very interesting. I did hear a name the Oilers might go after at the college level this summer.
Can you share it?
I can. I will share it. And this should be very obvious for some people
Insider
who listen
order.
to another radio show around the city.
Is it Bob's?
Matt Godowski.
I'm going to read his hockey DB and judge him solely on that.
Okay. I'll let you know
What's
this.
his last name?
Godowski.
Mac
Godowski.
Okay.
Anyone heard of Godowski mentioned on any other show before?
Born in Fairbanks, Alaska. So Jack Michaels already loves him.
Where's his dad from?
I don't know.
Guy Godowski is the head coach of Penn State and Bob Stauffer's best friend.
Really?
Guy Godowski is from Edmonton. I believe him and Bob played hockey together growing up.
Interesting.
He's a good player. He was at Army for a few years, came through the Knoll. A bit of an untraditional path, it's fair to say, but he's now on Penn State. He's a 6'3" left shot defenseman. You'll actually be able to see him at the Spengler Cup this year because the U.S. are taking an NCAA All-Star kind of team, which should be quite exciting. I don't really get up for the Spengler Cup, but that might be a team I ponder over. There's also another player on that team you should look for, former Brooks Bandits forward, TJ Hughes. You may remember a few years ago, Ryan McAllister was a player Oilers fans were hoping. Him and TJ were the two that dominated the AHL that year. I think McAllister is now with Florida. He was there at least. TJ's with Michigan. I believe he's a captain.
Ryan McAllister, they tried to get him, was that
2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah, he's now up with, he ended up going to Florida.
Yeah,
so he's with the
Charlotte.
Charlotte Checkers. He's putting up numbers.
Yeah, he hasn't really panned out.
No.
But you know what he did? He left college probably a bit too early. Because how old is he? 24?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, TJ's 24, and he's now the captain.
Okay, we got a super chat. Then we'll do a little what's trending, then we'll wrap up the show. Jeremiah's dropped in $10 for the Ben Stelter Foundation. He's also from Alaska.
Maybe he knows Mac.
Maybe he knows Mac. He's also a Capitals fan. He said, hoping the Oilers stink it up tonight against my Caps, but if we lose, no worries. Oilers are older, and Oilers are older, and the back-to-backs can hurt. Back-to-back trips to the Cup final, of course, but they don't look good defensively to me. Yeah, no, they don't. Again, they kind of prevent fine, and then they just shoot themselves in the foot. So yeah.
They do limit shots, but they don't limit the best shots.
They
Like when
limit
teams
shots but give up chances.
What a way to put it.
Yeah. There you go. That rolled off the tongue nicely for us. Let's do a little what's trending for the Jasper Pond Hockey Tournament, my favorite weekend of the year, coming back this January. Shout out to Tourism Jasper, the Fairmont JPL, and CHE Hockey, who put on an amazing event. And once again, we are very excited to be a part of it. January 23rd to 25th. Find out more info, nationgear.ca. Do we have the new Winter Classic jerseys? The Florida Panthers are playing in a Winter Classic against the New York Rangers. That's a weird-ass matchup.
Wow.
Oh, isn't it? It's at Marlins Park.
Yeah, so it's in the warehouse.
Which is it's indoors. That's not a retractable roof.
No, it's also a bad place to probably play hockey. What
Probably.
a big place that is. Very random matchup, not even a divisional matchup.
These Panthers jerseys are kind of cool.
They're just what they used to do.
Yeah, but they added like the stripes and they gave them that Winter Classic flair.
Also, can you go back? Okay, I'm going to just keep us on a second. Maybe go full screen. Does Sam Reinhart look AI in this? Because I legit thought he did. I thought, oh, that's a weird AI one.
Just
and I
kinda
saw
has-
JT Miller and I was like, oh, wait, that's real.
Just kind of has lifeless eyes.
You're gazing into them.
Yeah.
The JT Miller one, smile, buddy. Give me something.
Did you see that clip of JT Miller? Remember when he gave all the Rangers players at the beginning of the year shirts that said no bullshit on them? And then there was a goal that the Golden Knights scored yesterday.
I saw that. Yeah,
Oh, that patch is
that
cool.
was kind of cool.
JT Miller is just standing in the middle of the offensive zone with his stick on his hips, and Mitch Marner just like flies around and scores. It was ugly. Anyways, E2 Luosterainen is out with a barbecue after a barbecuing incident.
That video, that one they saw before, cracked me up.
Yeah, Frank the Tank. There's a couple of videos I can play that'll always put my boy Liam in a good mood.
I'm gonna leave this. What was he making?
Ribs.
I'm gonna
Frank
leave my
the
ribs
Tank.
for about 30 minutes. All right, it's been 45 minutes.
What the fuck? They're
What
charred.
the fuck? They're charred. Can we play it? Are we allowed? That cracks me up every
Okay,
time.
we'll play it just for you. It's
so,
Liam's special day.
It's so good. That one, the Chris Broussard one. And
Yeah, we can't play that one.
No, and Ryan Russillo being like, if he was going down the court smoking a pack of cigarettes, I'd send him to a Supermax. There's just so many. That's my meme culture.
Yeah, that's your big three.
Yeah, I gotta find my fourth of Mount Rushmore, but those three are good. Actually, the Frank the Tank one is awesome. Do we have it?
I'm getting it.
Okay, nice. Oh, I can't wait. We have a super chat really quickly. If you want to read
Sure.
that.
Sea Green, change of pace here. Headed to Yeg in a couple of weeks from Oklahoma for some games. Give me your best places to eat downtown besides drunk Oodle Noodle. Oodle Noodle's great sober as well. And of course, no free ads. Appreciate y'all. Go to Greta. Greta's a lot of fun. We do love our friends at Greta.
If you want some
Dog
good
Patch.
pizza, not on a Tuesday at Dog Patch, I would go to Tony's or Seps.
Seps is good.
Seps is good.
Yeah, if you want to come to Dog Patch, it's right below our office. It's a fantastic spot right in the River Valley, favorite part of the city for me. So yeah, Oodle Noodle, Dog Patch, Greta, all great spots.
Yeah.
Seps, not a partner. They could be.
Swiss Donair.
Swiss Donair, that's a good one. Buddy, you do Oodle Noodle sober, you do Swiss Donair at midnight. That's good living.
Do we have the best video ever?
We certainly
All right,
do.
we'll play it. It's Liam's special day.
Go. All right, we'll check in on these ribs again in another 30 minutes. All right, this has been cooking now about 45 minutes, so we're gonna put these potatoes on. And this corner grill, I don't like that. It's charred up, what the fuck?
His face.
Look how long he stares at the camera for.
What the fuck?
Charred up.
They charred. All right, back up to 45 minutes. Oh, I don't like him in that corner spot.
Frank the Tank has
Put
lost
him
almost.
there.
He's lost almost 300 pounds
I
since
know.
that video. Isn't
Frank
that
what?
crazy?
Credit to
Yeah.
him. That is fantastic.
That is crazy.
Oh, man. There was something else in what's trending.
And what is it?
Mikko Rantanen killed a man.
He kind of got pushed.
I only saw it through the app.
Ah.
Can we see it?
I only got, I believe it's just Patrick Waugh.
Yeah, play it with sound.
Out.
Play it with sound.
I couldn't make out what he was saying.
He's in all kinds of pain. And there is some verbal violence going on from the Islander bench.
So what Patrick Waugh said,
You're not going to finish the game?
he said basically along the lines of, because they play again in a few months, he said, come out, come do that in New York. You're not going to finish that game.
Whoa.
Which,
Good for him. That is a bullshit hit.
if you watch him and Rantanen and Mayfield collide.
Do they?
Yeah.
Do we have that, Aaron? Sorry, putting you on the spot.
Yeah. I think there's a reason he's not getting suspended for it. But I don't blame Patrick Waugh, because when you watch it the first time in real time, you're like, oh shit,
I
that's
didn't watch
hit.
any. I watched it literally once.
Yeah. So I think when you watch it in real time, you watch it once, it's like, oh, that's really, really bad. I think for Patrick Waugh to be this pissed off is fair. I think Patrick Waugh probably woke up today, looked at the replay, and was like, okay. But I think if you're an Islanders player, the fact that your coach is willing to yell like this for you and like get this heated in defense of one of your players, I think is a really good thing for them. I think that's like a culture setter. Like, I would want to play harder for that head coach.
I think they're building a pretty good culture there in New York, to be honest. They got a good team. This is it.
Yeah. So like you see here, Mayfield bumps him.
Does it show a better angle?
I think it eventually kind of does, yeah. Boy, we're getting smoked by the McAfee show
I just think there's so many. I just think these type of plays happen so often.
Yeah.
And it's just getting ridiculous. Like, it's dangerous. Like the one the other day with the Svechnikov elbowing whoever that was in the head, and there's nothing.
Yeah.
Like, do your damn job. You know, like Peros and his team, whoever's doing it.
They're on a big no suspension kick this year.
I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, even last year with the McDavid cross check, the 3 games for that was crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you get Svechnikov. I guess I won't use the Rantanen example if he was pushed. Just elbowing guys in the head for nothing. Tyler says in the chat, hits from behind need to be addressed. Hits from behind are just like the Peyton Krebs one yesterday with McDavid. It's ridiculous.
Northside Norm said, I think Patrick Waugh wakes up that pissed off. I can see him swearing at his coffee every morning, and he dropped in $10 to the Ben Stelter Foundation as well. So thank you for that. All right, boys, I think that is about time for us to wrap up.
It's about damn time. As the great Lizzo once said.
As the great Lizzo once said. And you know
whatever happened to her? You know, there was that big scandal. We haven't heard from her since.
Was there a scandal?
Yeah, she was like mean. She like bullied her backing dancers.
Her backup dancers.
That's right.
Yeah.
Former Lizzo dancers were weight shamed and pressured into sexual harassment.
By Lizzo?
Oh, boy. Yep, Lizzo got herself in a little bit of a pickle, it looks like. Won't hear him talking about that on McAfee.
No, that's why you should watch us, not McAfee.
Yep.
Let's get into the Ellen dispute. That really went down the drain too. Not much from Ellen.
Because she like moved to Europe.
Yeah, and then it was everybody else's fault.
Yeah.
The Simpsons did a full-on parody of that.
Really?
Yeah, it was a show called Krusty, and it was shockingly about Krusty the Clown and these Ellen parody.
All right.
Golf league tonight. What do you have going on?
Oilers Capitals play.
I might not watch.
Aaron's got pregame at 4:00.
Yeah, we got a little Dan Gallant, Nation Dan, runner of Hockey Fights, me, him, and Brett. And I'm happy to report I get to do tonight's show from home. Even though it's 4 p.m., I'm so excited to watch on my couch. Have the ability to pause, go back.
Yeah.
Super underrated. But yeah, tune in, 4 p.m. It's nice and early.
You're inspiring me. Maybe I'll go virtual golfing on the weekend.
People do call me an inspiration.
Sure.
Very few.
Oh, the simulator wide open on Friday night for me.
I have we have a dog patch event on Saturday. That'll be exciting. I'll be doing pre-gaming, I think, with
sold out
Aaron.
Yeah, I'll be there too. Sold out event at Dog Patch coming this Saturday. And if you missed out, we're doing another one before Christmas.
Sure.
Do
I can't, every day I just scroll by my Christmas sweater in my closet.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting December 1st to probably start wearing that.
It's such a good sweater.
It's a great
You
sweater.
can only wear it for 1 month.
I refuse to put up Christmas decorations until at least November 25th.
Mine are already.
Why November 25th?
A month is enough.
How long do you leave them up afterwards?
Until Ukrainian Christmas on January 7th.
Okay, there's a huge
Okay, so
dispute
plus 7 days
in
then.
my house. So my Christmas decorations are already up. My fiance loves Christmas, loves decorations, whatever. I like them too. But she loves to take them down on December 26th, and it drives me insane. Like, no, I'm not putting them up on November 12th and then taking them down as midnight strikes.
Christmas season extends until New Year's at least.
Yeah,
or
100%.
Ukrainian Christmas.
So we got engaged on December 27th.
Congrats.
Last year, thank you. And apparently that wasn't the Christmas season anymore. And
No.
I'm with you.
You got engaged over the Christmas break.
100%. I was off work. It was snowing. It was a beautiful day. I went to Activate that night.
Just sweated it out.
Oh, man. It was crazy.
That was in my number 2 for unintentional workouts.
Yeah.
We
should go.
We should do that. Maybe that can be our producer's Christmas party.
Activate? Oh.
Go to Activate.
Bring some deodorant.
Oh, Eli's in.
Eli said he didn't like it.
Do it on a night when Pat doesn't have bowling.
Well, that's not going to work.
It's too bad we can't do rec
He's in 8
room.
leagues.
Because there's a bowling league. I might have seen him.
Yeah.
That would have been good. I also watched Canada lose to Latvia that night.
Hey.
Let me check. The V's signed a Latvian player yesterday.
Really?
I believe he was on that team.
Hate him.
V's also lost to the Oil Kings yesterday in overtime.
Hey, that's a good game for the V's.
Yeah, they were down 3-1 with 4 minutes left. 2 goals. Britt Alstead in a minute 2 seconds. 3-3.
Someone dropped in a comment and said Ellen wasn't fleeing that scandal. She was fleeing the Epstein files. Do you have a take on that?
Well, they're getting released soon. I think there'll be a few other people fleeing.
Not us.
Donald.
Are they actually getting released?
They got voted through, and
I feel like this has been happening for 3 years. That it's like,
but I don't think he's ever made it this far.
Okay.
They got voted through. What are they called? The Senate, I believe, in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
United
Ottawa.
States, one place.
Senators.
No, it can't be the Senate. Then, right?
Did you listen to any of the Kachuk Brothers podcast?
No,
watched a great clip the other day. They were talking about how Pavel Datsyuk might have the coolest highlight reel ever. It's just the kind of shit you're not going to get anywhere else.
Yeah, because it's brutal. My dad asked me to stop swearing on the show, so I bit my tongue.
You've said 4 F words today.
I know I did, and I've just realized in that moment. I feel like the other ones were
natural.
Yeah, that one was forced a little bit.
Yeah,
but
I try to keep them natural as well.
Yeah.
December. Mike said, LMAO, I've never seen this before. That's great. Then he said, I'm 5 minutes behind. Disregard.
Oh, it must have been the Frank the Tank video.
Okay, well, I have some pita for lunch, so I'm going to go crush those.
Nice. Pierogies for lunch.
Going to be on with Gregor in a little under an hour.
Nice.
Might go get my hair cut. Look how long it's getting.
Put your hat back on. Don't ever come on here and tell me your hair's getting long. To me, of all people, as I sit here and bald every day.
You're not balding.
Yeah, well, that angle at Dog Patch is not flattering, I'll tell you that much.
You got to wear a hat for those shows.
It peers down.
Oh, my goodness. And I could not sit tall enough because of those damn wings they have on the top.
For
my hair.
For those of you that are follically challenged. That's a wrap on today's edition of the show. Whether you're bald or you have hair, I hope you enjoy the game tonight. We'll be back tomorrow, noon Mountain Time. I believe Jeff Merrick will be on the show, so look forward to that. Enjoy the hockey. Oil up. What's up, Nation citizens? If you enjoyed today's episode of Oilers Nation Every Day, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on our YouTube to not miss any of our content. We got you covered from interviews, insight, analysis, everything you need to stay up to date on everything around the team. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video.